Oi.
Will you be supporting the government's bid to increase the Medicare levy?
No. Interestingly, Scott Morrison grabbed me in a function last night and said, could he come and talk to me about it? So there may well be some serious negotiations. Scott's a negotiator, and so it may well be that he's seeking my support for that, and I'll see what I can do. But the only things that I'd be interested in, if that's it's a tax increase, a Medicare levy increase is a tax increase. The Medicare levy is not seriously hypothecated for health anyway, and it doesn't cover the health costs fully. It doesn't even cover half of them, I don't think. So the only thing I would be interested in is if there's an offsetting tax cut somewhere else, so that the overall burden of tax didn't increase.
Would you have suggestions where you might find that?
Oh, there's plenty to choose from. Company tax, personal tax, sin taxes on alcohol and smokes, anything like that that offsets a tax increase elsewhere, and as long as it did fully offset it, I'd discuss that, but I won't vote for an increase in overall taxes.
Do you think Michael Keenan should apply here for something?
Michael Keenan is my least favourite minister. He's the one who didn't stick by the agreement that we had on the import prohibitions on a particular firearm, so I wouldn't be too upset if he was found to be ineligible and had to face a by-election. But he says he has renounced, or he renounced his citizenship many years ago, and if that's accurate, then I don't think he's got a case to answer, but I'll wait and see.
Senator Sky's question was circulated amendments to government legislation, in the Senate today, or hopefully to bring in marriage equality. Would you support that amendment?
That bill, okay, I have moved an amendment to that bill myself. I discussed that a couple of days ago. I think she's probably realised what the possibilities are as a result of my amendment. The bill is a relatively innocuous bill, just some mechanical changes more or less to I think it's two acts, the Marriage Act and the Sex Discrimination Act. What that does, of course, is open up the possibility to other changes to those two acts, and I have introduced an amendment myself to the Sex Discrimination Act, which would address the concerns of some conservatives about people being pursued in under the Sex Discrimination Act if they decline to get involved in same-sex marriages. I would like Conservatives to vote yes in the plebiscite, so what I'm looking for is a way I can reassure those people that it's okay to vote yes. So I've introduced an amendment a couple of days ago which would provide that comfort. I think what's happened is Skye Kokoschke-Moore has looked at that bill herself and said, well, we can do other things with that as well. I think as a result of that, the government won't even proceed with it.
Would you support her amendment?
I haven't read her amendment on marriage, on amendments to the Marriage Act. I have read her amendment on amendments to the Sex Discrimination Act. They appear to be the same exemptions as Senator Dean Smith put in his private senator's bill. I don't have a problem with them, although I think they are unnecessarily complex. They go into a lot of trouble to explain what a religious organisation is, and only religious organisations are exempt and all that sort of thing. And that is a problem in the sense that they don't take account of people who have other reasons for opposing same-sex marriage, who we really don't want to pursue under the Sex Discrimination Act. And they include traditional Aborigines. I gave the example of a same-sex couple who might want to get married on traditional Aboriginal land, need the permission of the traditional owners, and that's denied. And the question is, should they be pursued under the Sex Discrimination Act? And my answer is no. So I would like to make space for them, if you like, in the Sex Discrimination Act so they don't get pursued, so that traditional Aborigines can also vote yes in the plebiscite.
Will you be supporting government's changes to media laws?
Yes, I've been in negotiations with the Minister on that over the last few days. And last night we reached an agreement in which allows me to support that, yes.
And what did you get in that agreement?
I'm not quite ready to go public with that yet. I will disclose that in the next day or two.
What about the plan to expand the cashless debit card to more locations?
Yes, I'm very much in favour of that. I have been for some time. Andrew Forrest came to see us crossbenchers some months ago and explained it to me. We had lengthy discussions over it, and I'm convinced that as Corey says, it's not the full answer, but it's certainly a step in the right direction. I often have people ask me, isn't it anti-libertarian to put conditions on money in that way? And I have to explain, if you're getting free money, the donor, which is us taxpayers, have every right to put conditions on that money. And if it was private charity and you said to somebody, I'm going to give you enough money to live on, but you must not spend it on alcohol and gambling, no one would think anything of that. But just because we've got the government in between the donor and the recipient, we think there's something wrong with that. I don't agree. I don't agree with that.